Hello, and how are you today? Since you clicked to watch this video, I want to believe that you are familiar with the term failure. Well, who isn't? I'm Stephen Keat, and today, we are going to see 5 great ways to deal with failures in life. But before we do, let's roll the intro. Alright, welcome back. It's no wonder many people are very afraid of failure. Although, I believe they are only afraid to fail because they have simply failed to understand what failure really is and how inevitable it is in life. Failure is really inevitable. And if you can make a mistake, that already shows you that you can fail. You must settle this in your mind. You can fail, and it is very normal with being alive. Ingvar Kamprad said, and I quote, "Only those who are asleep make no mistake." He also once said, "Making mistakes is the privilege of the active." So, yes, the more active you are, the more mistakes you are likely to make. And the more failures you are likely to record. So, you can be wrong. And very wrong even. Settle that in your mind. So, our number one way to deal with failures in life is to know that you can be wrong. And if you can be wrong, then you can fail. We also think that if you can be wrong, then you can be right. If you can make mistakes, then you can also avoid mistakes. If you can fail, then you can also succeed. So, you are always presented with 2 possible outcomes. You can be right and you can be wrong. You can succeed and you can fail. And it is simply normal with being alive and active. So again, I'd like you to settle this in your mind. When a baby is born, he or she tries to walk after some time. And whenever the baby is ready to start trying, falling is inevitable. I believe that in just the same way, falling is possible, walking is also possible. And so, if the baby doesn't stop trying to walk after a fall, he or she will eventually walk, all other things being equal. And this leads us to number 2 way to deal with failures. You should know that you are not the only one who determines the outcomes. Remember that I said, if the baby doesn't stop trying to walk after a fall, he or she will eventually walk, all other things being equal. Whenever you make your plans, or attempt to do anything, you must understand that your plan will work out only if the conditions present favor it. If you planned an outdoor and open-air event, but then it rained heavily, that's already a failure. But it is a failure not because your idea is a bad one, but because the weather didn't favor it. This means that you can execute the same idea another time in a favorable weather condition, and it will be a huge success. Your business can fail because of situations beyond your control. And in fact, these situations can be so sudden and unexpected. So, again, always remember that you're not the only one responsible for your failures and even successes. Yes, you heard me right. You're not solely responsible for your successes. What if you fall sick along the way as you're executing your idea? Now, let's go to our number 3 way to deal with failures. When you make a mistake, take failure as one of the 2 possible outcomes of your action and the conditions surrounding it. The 2 possible outcomes of every endeavor are failure and success. And both are possible. So, take it that whenever you fail in a thing, you have simply just learned one way not to do that thing next time. And what should you do? The answer is that you simply try to figure out how to do it better next time for success as an outcome. There can be a next time. And to be honest, it's really that simple. Oh, I know why you think it is not that simple. Emotions. This leads us to number 4 way to deal with failures in life. Every human being is emotional. It is a natural endowment. You must never live in the denial of emotions. And so, yes, emotions come with the 2 possible outcomes we have identified. The emotions that come with success is different from the emotions that come with failure. Can you observe how the baby suddenly starts to cry because he fell? That's how we humans are wired. From birth, a baby starts to relate with things and events of life through emotions. And nobody needs to be taught to smile or cry actually. When the baby cries, people reach out to comfort him or her. Just as we see the mother doing to this little boy here. Through this comfort, the baby is often encouraged to walk again. Failure is negative, and so, it comes with negative emotions. But success is positive, and so, it also comes with its positive emotions. Negative emotions show as sadness, depression, loss of hope leading to lack of confidence, worry, and so on. While positive emotions manifest as happiness, joy, being full of hope, great confidence, and so on. So, when you fail, you can be sad. It's natural, and there's no need to deny the emotions. What should you then do? Simply find the needed comfort to ease off the pain of failure. Nature determined this as the way out of negative emotions, right from when we were born. Many times, it is how long a person stays with the negative emotions of failure that determines the effect of the failure on the person. Failure in itself is only an outcome, while the negative emotions attached to it are the obstacles which keeps people from moving on. But the solution to this problem has been prescribed already by nature. So, get some comfort and move on. There are times people just don't take the comfort. Now, that is an entirely different problem. And that problem can only be solved by deciding to receive the refused comfort. Because comfort is the only way out of negative emotions. So, receive it. Well, and the bigger the pain of failure, the more comfort you'd simply need. So, just get more comfort. And, till when? This leads us to our number 5 way to deal with failures. Get the comfort till you are energized to move on. The goal of this comfort is to supply you with the positive emotions to rise above the negative ones from the failure. We have heard people talk so much about moving on. So much that it has almost lost its meaning. Moving on only means staying active because you are still alive. Yes, it means staying alive. Don't act dead while you still have life. Fearing to fail again can make you act dead. It can cause you to become inactive. If you are still alive, you should be active. But becoming active after failure might not be as easy. So, get comfort till you are energized to move on. Get comfort till you become active again through help. And what help am I talking about here? I am talking about positive help by the comfort you're receiving. The goal of this help is to get you up again and moving. And it is not to get you drowning and sleeping. Many people often resort to bad habits when they fail. They take substances that lower their faculties or engage in time-wasting and destructive activities in order not to feel the pain of their failures. But that is also a negative way to deal with negative emotions from your failures. You cannot rise above failure and succeed by lowering your faculties or by engaging in destructive activities. Lowering your faculties is a wrong way to comfort yourself. That's wrong comfort. Seek the right comfort. Seek positive emotions. Positive emotions are a great source of energy to move on and stay active. So, you would notice that, when a man succeeds, he's energized to stay active and even attempt to achieve greater things. That is exactly the space comfort takes in the case of failure. It encourages you to rise above the negative emotions and become active again. Comfort supplies you with some positive emotions. And that is how you are energized to move on after a failure. If you refuse this help, you will wallow in negative emotions for much longer, and that's not only because you failed, but because you have refused the positive emotions you can get through the right comfort. So, let's go over our 5 great ways to deal with failures in life again. Number 1. You should settle these 2 outcomes as possibilities in your undertaking all the time. You can fail and you can succeed. And why? Number 2. You should know that you are not the only one who determines the outcomes. There are other conditions beyond your control. Number 3. You should learn from your past failures. There's simply ways not to do what you want to do. Number 4. Don't deny the negative emotions attached to failure so that you can embrace the comfort you need as the only natural way out of these negative emotions. Number 5. Be energized to move on. Stay active through the encouragement that comes from the comfort you're receiving. Our founder at Knowittoo once planned that we would release videos here every Wednesdays and Saturdays by 10 a.m. But for over 2 weeks now, we haven't been able to do that. Due to certain new partnerships and registration requirements. Now, that's a failure too. But, here we are today again, with this video you're watching, and it's Saturday. Now, that's a success too. So, we simply keep moving, as we keep learning through our failures, and as we keep succeeding as well. Hopefully, soon we will have more records of successes than failures. Do this for yourself too, and have a smoother ride to success. If you find this really insightful, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more insightful videos like this. Click on the notification bell as well to receive notifications when we post our new videos. See you in our next video.